Desperate times, they say, call for desperate measures. For a state that is still counting its losses after the End SARS protest, it cannot afford to have another protest. So the need for this town hall meeting. It had representatives of different interest groups in the state. The message from the convener and Lagos state government was direct.
We don't want any protests. We might say, okay, we allow protests, let it take place if it's going to be peaceful. But the question is that we don't know where these protesters are coming from. So we not allow them to come and take over our country. We not allow them to come and take over Lagos.
We all see what has happened in Kenya recently. Everybody has come out at the aftermath to realize what has happened. And we will ensure, and we will try, we will plead, we will ask, we will beg to ensure that we keep our Lagos and our Nigeria safe.
I want us to go back and appeal to our youth, our followers, our congregations, that at this point in time, we should be patient and give government enough time.
The stakeholders also appealed to the agitators to allow the voice of...
No, wait, Portable, wait first. Good morning, everybody. So as the days are approaching, you would see government hugely trying to demobilize people from coming out to protest. Part of the allegations has been that they don't know the protesters, that they are faceless. Of course, they know the protesters. They know the mobilization force, and they know the mobilizing factor. And Portable even confirms it in the video I'm about to play to you now. The mobilizing factor for the protest is hunger, widespread starvation, insecurity, poor electricity, no good road, inflation. People are hungry and tired. If you are earning even 100K and you used to spend this fund among the following: fuel, house rent, NEPA bill, food, even if it is just these three things, remove other things, remove other utilities, just these three, 100,000 naira can no longer take you through 2 months, 2 weeks, I mean. And funny enough, if you now have children, you have family. Well, gentlemen and ladies, you saw the first video. They are trying seriously to demobilize protesters. They are calling security agents. They are throwing money all around. And now they are also recruiting celebrities to come out and be making video and be saying, I will not be part of it, I will not be part of it. Unfortunately, these people don't feed hungry people who will come out to protest. So let's listen to Portable.
Now, you don't understand? Oh, new brain. But I'm gonna talk, say me, I don't do protest before, say I lead them 2020. She big bang, poor thinking. Low and brain me bang. You see, Timothy Lowo, now lower thinking. You worry out the dollar protest in Nigeria, lead the Republican fight for Nigeria. You want to read and go to go that they come and be paper, we save Nigeria. Don't go to Bama Soro, I need save my business. Oh, my son, mind your business. I want Dele Muhammadu Oleriwon.
Muhammadu. Okay, let me try to translate. What he's saying that at the time in past when he joined protest was because he was poor. Now that he has money, he cannot join any protest. Okay, this is my simple response to him and to people. Please, let me first appeal to people. Please stop using Songo to call Portable. The place he lives in is called Iyanologbo. So if you want to call him Olowo a place, is Olowo Ilogbo, Iyanologbo, Onihale Iyanologbo. Portable is not from Songo. I know reasonable people from Songo who are wealthy, well-to-do, and want a better country. Because, like I said before, there's difference between being poor and being wretched. This exemplifies it. There's difference between when you are poor and when you can be poor and okay mentally. You can have money and be wretched. Where you have limited thinking, short-sightedness, you are myopic, you can't see farther than yourself and nose. Poor thinking, exactly. Wretched thinking. So we call such people money misroad. You understand? So those who are calling for a better country, Portable is simply saying they are poor Is that what he's simply saying? Can you see? It's probably the richest in that Yanologbo. And I don't mean to insult people in that area, but if this is the best that can come from that place, I'm sorry. But please, stop calling Portable Olowo Songo. He's not from Songo. His place is after Songo. He's inside one, he only Hale Yanologbo. So please stop insulting Songo people. Portable does not represent Songo. He's from Oni Hale Yanologbo. It is a place where there's no road, no single road. When we were protesting for better road, it wasn't there. Now that the roads in Songo are getting better now, we are getting So that is how people think in Songo. Songo people want better road. They are craving for better security, craving for electricity. They are not, Portable is not from Songo. It's from a place where we have not heard people really talking about bad roads, and the road is terrible. If you have ever been to his bar, you will not want to go a second time. It's probably like a private bar for only himself and few of his friends. So because if you go through that place, there's no road, no emergency service, no electricity, and it's not bothered as far as he has money. Okay, so don't forget that recently he was given 2 million naira to stop complaining about the bad road that goes to Oni Hale Yanologbo. I don't know whether the people in that area don't feel disappointed. Okay. So that's all I will have to say about Portable. Please stop calling him Olowo Songo. Songo has reasonable people. So stop insulting Songo people by using Portable to describe Songo. He is from Ilogbo, Inu Ilogbo, Yano, Oni Ale Yanologbo. That's where he's from. He's not from Songo. And that place is far after Songo. Thank you for taking note of that. Further videos I want to play to you is that I want to show you that the
protest.
So these are further people they are still mobilizing. Okay, so come out, make video, and if you listen to their excuses or reasons they say people shouldn't protest, you will understand. First of all, just try and look at this person. Look at him. Then tell me, what do you think about him? Where do you think what do you think he represents? Then let's talk.
Protest. Ṣé Tinubu ni problem yín ni àbí ẹ̀yin gan we Nigeria we are àti lazy jù àfẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. Kí ni problem wa? Kí ni problem àwa Yorùbá gan fún?
Let me ask, what job do you think this person has? What kind of job do you think he does? And why does he think it is Yoruba that is protesting? You see thinking. Why does he think that it is Yorubas that are protesting? Is it that Yorubas are protesting against Tinubu, or that people are protesting to make demand that government should do something about hunger and starvation, inflation? If you look at this person,
I was Igbo one be protest.
Can you imagine? And this is not the first time people have been protesting. It has nothing to do with Yoruba or Igbo. It's not the first time people have been coming out. In 2012, people came out to protest against removal of fuel subsidy that made price of fuel to go up. You keep saying people are lazy, and that is why they want to protest. If people are lazy, are they saying that they can't feed, or are they saying that no, our income is limited and government cannot continue to increase costs on us? This person is probably from the NURTW. They are collecting free money every day from those who are working, the drivers who are working hard, the transporters, the bike riders, the tricycle operators. These ones will just stay on the road and be collecting money from those that are working, tax collectors. So it will be cheap for people like this to talk because they collect free money. But those who work, they leave home 4:30 a.m. so that they are not caught in traffic. They return home late at night due to traffic of closing hour. The next morning they wake up, and at the end of the month, all they get is not enough to buy a bag of rice. And this one will come out. This one, listen to him.
Àwa fúnra wa la fẹ́ máa léra wa kúrò níbi táwa ibi tọ́lọ́run ti ṣe fún wa tọ́lọ́run ti gbà fún wa tó yẹ pé èèyàn ti wá Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ló wà ńbẹ̀ as a president. What are you protesting for? Kí lẹ̀ ń protest fún? Kí lẹ̀ ń protest fún? Nígbà tó kọ́ àwa ní ìsàwá Yorùbá lẹ́ni ẹ fẹ́ protest.
Excuse me, are we doing tribal governance? Because I don't want any Yoruba. How many of I am Yoruba, for instance? I don't have a problem with whoever is in power. If I could protest during Jonathan, protest during Buhari, what stops me from protesting over the same issue under anybody? If you like, call yourself any name. If you like, be Tinubu. If the same problems we complained about during Jonathan and Buhari persists under Tinubu, nothing stops us from saying the same thing. Nothing stops us from saying the same thing. Except you are part of the inner caucus of people who are benefiting from the spoils and the rots. Otherwise, there's nothing says you can't. It will be hypocrisy on our part to protest against increase in fuel price under Jonathan, to complain under Buhari, and not be able to complain when it is even worse under Tinubu and you are bringing tribal card. It's a shame. Let's listen.
Anybody, any Yoruba da.
Now listen. When they come out to be saying, oh, protests will degenerate to violence. But these are the elements. These are the sponsored elements, for instance. Just take note. These are the sponsored elements who will come out. Can you hear him threatening? Sponsored elements that will come out and cause violence and lead the atmosphere into chaos. These are the sponsored elements. Oh, you haven't seen videos before. Let me see if I can bring it in. You haven't seen videos before of when they were bringing their thugs to come and disrupt protests. You haven't seen it. Let me see if I can bring the video in. There's a particular one. Okay, let me try to put this one first. Let's see if this one. Now, they are the ones who always bring thugs to protest. Before then, let's see if Falana can tell us.
Any if protest. She Tinubu ni problem ni abi and you go win Nigeria. We are at lazy Jew after she. Kini problem what kini problem why you back
started in Alausa here when a notorious transporter in Lagos, a notorious union leader, sent his thugs to attack the unarmed youths in Alausa. They overpowered the thugs, but the police did not arrest or charge them. The same thing happened in Abuja, in Benin, in Port Harcourt and other places. And of course, until the government decided to unleash people you call hoodlums and thugs on the young people. When that did not work, the government sent troops, armed soldiers, to engage in killing of young people. In 1 week, about 99 people were killed in Lagos. I don't want to talk about Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, and Benin, and other places where young people were shot at, where young people were killed. So the violence that characterized the end of the NSAS protest was instigated and fueled and sponsored by the government. This time around, I think the government is beginning to learn from the past. I mean, last year.
After listening to Falana, look at this video. This is exactly what Falana was talking about. Look at, some of you have seen this video. So this looks familiar to you, right? That is a state transport bus, BRT, used to convey thugs down to Alausa to go and disrupt people. And they were caught.
See knife.
People supporting the talk. See them. See talks, they go listen to. Talks don't enter motor. See talks don't enter motor with them. See the security people. See them. They don't go pack the truck, so they don't go pack the truck. See them.
Gentlemen and ladies, the lies can't go for too long. It is clear, we know the cause of all these troubles. We know protesters have always been peacefully organized in this country. Nobody can tell anybody otherwise. Nobody can tell anybody otherwise. Now, there's another important point I need you to see. When they came and said the protesters are faceless, let me tell you something. Most of the people who are angry about the situation of the country are truly in diaspora. They are just tired of the nonsense in this country. Okay? They just are tired of the nonsense going on in the country. You know why? Because there are so many dependents in Nigeria. I know somebody in Canada, for instance, he has an aged auntie, like an aunt. He used to live with the aunt before he moved to Canada after he got a job there. Now, he's been responsible for the upkeep of that aged aunt. Unfortunately, because of the absence of healthcare and all that, the aged aunt developed some, she had eye issue with her sight. She kept going to the hospital. If you go to public hospital in Lagos, for instance, if you go in July, they may give you an appointment for February. Between now and that time, the issue could have exacerbated. In fact, many people get appointment, they don't make it up to the appointment date because the ratio of doctor to patient in Nigeria is so alarming. Many doctors have jackpot. So maybe only 2 consultants are left in the entire public hospital, for instance. One public hospital, for instance, maybe only 2 consultants. And there are over 5,000 patients waiting to see those 2 consultants. Those 2 consultants too are due for rest. They're also due for leave. What happens? They'll be giving you long appointment dates. Very long, very far. So the aunt's condition deteriorated. And then the aunt also has 4 children. 1 of them in their institution, 3 of them, spread across secondary and primary school. She no longer had a husband for a while. She's a widow. So this same guy in Canada is responsible for their upkeep. Now, school fees increased. No electricity. They must buy diesel at home. Price of fuel went up too. Do you know what it means for you to be abroad and you have dependents in Nigeria? The dependents are not lazy. It's just that what they make is not even enough to buy food stuff. How much is a bag of rice now? So that is why those who are abroad, they are working hard. Yes, they are getting the money. They are sending it home, but it is never enough. So when do you make room for savings at all? So that is why they are hungry. Everybody. So there's no faceless protester. Let me show you what is mobilizing this protest. See the mobilizer of this protest. Listen to this man.
Who are those sponsoring protests against President Tinubu? There are 3. 1, Tinubu's own ineptitude. 2, unabated insecurity. 3, worsening mass abject poverty.
Mass hunger. Now, the next video I'm about to play is Showre. When they accused him of, they said faceless protesters and they accused Obi. And they now say, but people, they know that you are the one mobilizing for this protest. Why are they not mentioning your name?
Currently, you are in New Jersey and you're calling for a protest in Nigeria. How do you intend to be part of this?
Well, you ask the question, I guess, so that you can help expand the very rules that because I'm not in Nigeria, I should not have a right to call for a protest. I've always participated in protests. I've participated in over 200 protests. And the world has gone beyond physical engagement. How are you
are you saying you are not going to be in Nigeria physically?
Are you listening to me? Can you listen to me? How are you talking to me today? Virtually. 20 years ago, do you know how much you have to pay just to talk to me directly on TV? I have to go and sit down somewhere, you know. So I am not here to defend whether I'll be there or not. You know, we wait until then. But what I'm saying is that it's irrelevant.
So there are chances that you might not be physically on ground.
I know where you are. I know where you are headed. You know, you're hedging. You're hedging. This is natural. You want to use that as part of how to discourage people. But what I'm saying to you is that I'll be
how discourage?
No, because no, wait, just calm down.
It's a plain question. Will you be around physically? Yes or no?
Are you looking
what
for
I'm
it?
saying to you is that I will be part of this protest fully. And you should be satisfied with that question, except you have other intentions.
Gentlemen and ladies, whether she already deal, whether she already no deal, people are hungry. And definitely people will turn out to protest. And see one more video at a point when they were asking, they were attacking Obi, who has not even said a word. You know, when government is confused, you see, they are just looking for
his followers, who are likely young Nigerians who are restless. That's why they mentioned his name. If they mention my name, Thunder will just fire them immediately. You understand? So, because we'll be raining bricks on them. They know that. They understand who I am. They understand. Bayo Ononuga used to be a journalist. He used to cover my activities at the University of Lagos in the 90s. He knows the way I think. And that's what I was saying on the show the other day. I'm surprised that Peter Obi is going to court to sue him. If they say you're organizing a protest, it's not a good thing for the people. Why would you say it's defamatory? There's nothing defamatory in doing a good thing. But they know him. They know Peter Obi would just be parked aside. Please, I don't want problem more. That's why they are calling Peter Obi.
Okay, let's leave it at that for now. The bottom line is that anything the government can do to discourage people from going out to protest, they really want to do. Unfortunately, that is not the thing to do. The thing to do is to address the issues. This protest has demands. You say, oh, some people are sponsoring a protest that has not yet happened. You claim some people are sponsoring it. If you claim you know the people who are sponsoring it, why not just mention them? But they can't mention because they know it is true that people are hungry. They know it is true that people are hungry. So why not just do the right thing at the right time? This is a question of putting the right policies. At first people understood with the federal government that, oh, we need to remove subsidy and we need to sacrifice. Okay. But we thought we were sacrificing together, and suddenly you are buying expensive and lavish things, and people are getting poorer. I know people who haven't, even me, I don't enter my savings. It don't empty. Savings, we don't enter savings, deplete them to survive. Because of inflation, you went to buy something yesterday. It was expensive. You are still complaining, how can rice be that expensive? You finished eating that, you went back today, they said, oh, wow. That was yesterday. 24 hours was a long time. In Nigerian market now, if you go to market in Nigeria, 24 hours is a very long time. What you bought 24 hours ago for 5 naira, you go back today, it is 15 naira. You say, no, but I bought it yesterday. Yo, you hear yourself now. You say, yesterday. That was a long time. 24 hours is a long time in Nigerian market. Yeah, that's a fact. You bought pepper. You went back today and say, oh, no, wow. But I bought, the one you sold for me yesterday was more than this for 500. Yesterday, that was a long time. God, come on, the Nigeria. So the mobilizers of this protest. Why are you hiding under a finger? Federal government is hiding under a finger, giving people money not to go for the protest, giving people money to come out and try to discourage people. Unfortunately, this is a time where a lot of celebrities are going to lose face. Remember, Toyin Abraham is still struggling to come out of that, where she said, "Oh, President shared great vision with her. Vision we no clear even to herself. They don't tell her anything. No. Shingban, they don't tell her. She just wanted to fans that oh, she met the president. Unfortunately, she got herself into trouble. Hunger starvation is making people, because people who can't reach directly to the president are now like lashing out at, transferred aggression. And again, the other celebrities who will come out now and discourage people from going out to protest. You want to end your career be that. People are hungry and angry. No follow join say you wan talk say Pepe say don't go out and protest, it's normal, it will be don't. If you are a definition of celebrity in Nigeria, okay, again, it doesn't come with, but to those who have among them, you just remain neutral at this point. If you don't want to join the protest, then be neutral. If they give you money to come out and say the issues, this, let us calm down. People have been calming down for over a year. They've been buying fuel for over 700 naira, and they promise people to fix refinery. The refineries are not working. Even the one Dangote built, they are frustrating it. The marketers want us to keep importing fuel. So what then is the essence of removing subsidy in the first place? What we are simply saying is that government should be sincere about this thing. Removing subsidy in itself was a policy somersault. What you could have done is to say, okay, what are the reasons for removing subsidy? They said it was going into the wrong pocket. Wrong pocket? Are you saying you are paying ghosts? Are you saying you don't know people you are paying who are not bringing in the fuel? Is that what we are saying? Then there's no sincerity. You can't tell me you are paying ghosts. You want to therefore end it, to suffer the masses. Okay, after suffering the masses, what has improved? Did you put the money into refinery? No. Did you put the money into agriculture? No. Otherwise, inflation will not affect food. What alternative are you creating as you remove fuel subsidy? We can't see. Therefore, Alaye, you are not telling us the truth yet. Why remove subsidy? And you know that anything that is like a basic commodity upon which other commodities or services depend, whatever happens to that basic commodity is basic. You don't have to go to school of Harvard or school of economics to know this. You remove what we are saying. A sincere government would have simply cleaned the list. Who are the marketers taking the money but not importing fuel? Simple. They are not ghosts. You are paying to people. You are not paying ghosts. You see, when they say, oh, you are protesters, you are just troublesome, you don't have solution, we are providing solutions now. Number one solution, that subsidy. Bring that regime of subsidy. Like that, okay, the old one is gone. You want to reintroduce it, maybe call it another name. I don't like the word palliative itself, Bring something out, introduce something that will be like, okay, you want to have a clean list of marketers. If you don't mind, let Nigerians know them. So Nigerians, the following are the marketers we are going to be working with, even if it is just 5, 10, put out their list and say, okay, henceforth, they will be bringing refined fuel, pending when we complete, repair of our own refineries. They will be bringing in fuel, and as they are bringing in the fuel, we will be registering how much they brought against how much they got. Legitimately. I am very sure that Nigerians are not entirely corrupt. There are still clean marketers among these people. The ones who were bringing the little we were having while others were diverting. Have they died? No. Have they said they are no longer interested? No. So just clean the list. That's all. That's number one. Number two, if you have a list of people who are not doing well, what do? You clean the list. Everywhere, all sectors, clean up. Instead of, you don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. You simply clean up the list. And let us have a list of people. Because if this basic commodity is taken care of, there's no way. I imagine, for instance, somebody lives in Aja He goes to Ekpe to buy fish. Oh, let me not use Aja because Aja say, oh, well, Aja has polluted water because they are dredging. He goes to Ekpe to buy fish in bulk. He will buy 15,000 naira worth of fish. He will use 1,000 naira as transport. That makes his total cost arrive at 15,000 fish price, or let's say 2,000, 1,000 to go, or 500 to go, 1,000 to come back because you are not carrying something when you are coming back. Let's say 2,500 for tea fare. 2,500 plus 15,000 naira cost of the fish. That is 17,500. You now spread the 2,500 transport fare, you spread it on the costs. You now add your little profits. Maybe the profit at the end of the whole sales will be maybe 5,000 naira. So that means you have invested 17,500 to make 17,500 plus 5 is 22,500, right? So that you can go back to the market. Guess what? Before you now make 22,500, you want to go back to market with that money again to buy more. But by the time you are coming back, because of increase in the cost of fuel, you can no longer buy. That your 25,000 naira cannot even tea fare alone is now 7,000. Yeah, tea fare alone now 7,000. Now recalculate. By the time that person wants to sell again, what do you think will happen? No, what do you think will happen? They will not say, oh, we are our own problem. We are our own problem. How can you buy the fish at so amount at Ekpe? You now come here and be selling it exorbitantly. No. It is the cost of transporting the fish that is more than the cost of the fish itself. And why did that happen? The basic commodity for transportation, fuel. So forget all these economic theorists you are bringing on national TV to be explaining what and what. No. The only economy hungry people understand is the price in the market, at the market, of food and services. It is not what you are explaining on TV. It is not what you are explaining on TV. It is how much people are buying in the market. That is the important thing. Gentlemen and ladies, all I'm simply here to say, I don't want my broadcast to be long. I don't always like it. In fact, I want it to always be something around 15 minutes or maximum 20. So I would like to stop here for now. All I just want to say is that the mobilizer of this protest, once again, gentlemen and ladies, is no other than hunger. People are hungry. No to violence, and to those who are saying others should go to their state and protest, all I will tell you is that you can protest anywhere you reside. The only thing is no violence. And at this point, we now need all the protesters to unite. If you were obedient to BKK, or you used to be Baptist or articulate, and you were divided because of the same people in different regions. I don't understand. Nigerians are funny people. Okay, now that you are about to protest over hunger, election is over. Can you put that down? Protect yourselves. Come together. Don't say, oh, I won't protest with Yoruba. I won't protest with Igbo. You are fighting for the same common goal. All oppressors have one thing in common, and that is oppression. You are fighting the same, and you cannot divide yourself in this fight. Otherwise, that is an avenue for them to enter you. Protect yourselves. Come together. Fight together. It's the same goal. So why divide the fight? Fight together. Protect yourselves. Defend yourselves. When election comes again, it talk to you. You can still go back and be doing your kikerinki, and be doing your alagbado, and be doing your problem. But I hope that you'll be wiser now, Sha. I just hope you'll be wiser. That's all I can say. Silva, can you explain what you mean by Yoruba people now? Can you, because these are the issues we are talking about now. Why come on an entire tribe? No, can you just try. Just relax first. Try. Explain what you mean by Yoruba people na mumu. No, you must be an adult, probably with wife and children. Adult. So we know what to expect from an adult. Yoruba people, you group all of them together. Say, nah, mumu, you came on an entire tribe with a slur. Can you explain further how? You didn't even provide any explanation why you decided to, come on an entire tribe. You didn't even give any explanation. And you must be an adult from the look of it. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. It reminds me when I was doing my master's at Unilag. It's so painful. There was a lady, Amara. She was looking for accommodation, and no landlord was going to accommodate her off campus. And I had to go with her. The place I used to live at Shomolu, I took her there. And I told the landlady, I said, this is my friend. She's a master's student, same school, same class, I know her. She was ready to accommodate her, but by the time she wanted to pay, the landlady was not alone. She had other brothers. They shared, it's a 10-room building. I used to live in Face Me and Face You when I was undergraduate, but at master's no longer. I moved to another self-contained apartment at Bagada. So I took her to the former house so that she could have closer, proximity to school. And then, because it's a 10-room apartment, they share the room for different children, So the owner of the room they would have put her that was vacant, they reached out to the guy who was the younger brother to the landlady we know. Because he was the person in charge of that particular room. He would be the one to collect the money. So the person was now asking on the phone, the prospective tenant is from where? She then said she's from Imo. Oh! Omo Igbo. I'm Igbo Sile. Like, I can't accommodate Igbo. I'm like, what happened to being Igbo? She's a human being. He said, no, Igbo. They said they have some funny behavior, some funny characters. They misbehave, they misuse house, they claim wrongs instead of right. They claim wrong as right. They shall levy all sorts of allegations. I said, but Shebi, you know me. I am the person who recommended this one. Nothing of such will happen. They refused. She was angry. We got back to school. Okay, apology accepted. Thank you, but please desist from such. It's not right. Let's not be doing this to ourselves. Thank you so much. Apology accepted. Now, we got back to school. Amara had, one day we were discussing social menace, psychology class, social menace and solutions. And then Amara just made, that's why I can never marry Yoruba. Nyama, ofe manu. The same, and I asked her, why, Amara, why did you say such? What is wrong with Yoruba? She said, you don't know them. Yorubas are agberos. They are everything. I said, whoa. A master's student, masters, not even on that, masters, talking like that, generalizing, making false generalization. Prejudice. You prejudice an entire people. You prejudged them. And then, it's somehow. And I said, okay, I am in the classroom with you right now. Do I look or speak like an Agbero? They say, oh, no, you are different. I say, so why then did you generalize? Because if you go back to Imo State now, and they ask you, how are Yorubas? How are people in that place? You say, oh, all of them are Agbero. But you start with many Yorubas who are not Agberos. So because you see touts, you don't know how to distinguish between touts and the entire race or the entire ethnic. I don't get. The same Amara that I went to defend when landlord said they will not give her apartment because he's Igbo. He's still using that same behavior to judge even innocent me. You see the problem? We have big problem in this country, and it is we that. So we must start to correct that mentality. It is wrong for me to come out now and say Igbos are like that. Like say I no go school. Oh, it's wrong. No. That is false generalization. You say, oh, Igbos are ingrate. Igbos are this. Igbos are now. Okay, so even you, who is innocent of the allegation, I've joined you with them. So just because I had experience with a few who probably did something wrong, I will now say all of them are like blanket statement. Bah, everybody. No. Please let us desist. It is one of the tools used by our oppressors against us. Again, all oppressed people have something in common, and it is oppression. That's number one thing to note. We are all oppressed, and we have something in common, and that is oppression. So we must fight that on that common ground. If you allow us to divide it again this time, if any tout burns down anything, they will say it is evil. Because you divide, you separated yourself. So they will think you had sinister motive. Exactly. They will think you had, ulterior motives. So please, let us unite around what unites us. Oppression. It doesn't matter whether you are Igbo. Igbos are oppressing you too. Your governors in the southeast are oppressing you. Your reps who are not speaking on your behalf are oppressing you. Your, if you like, call them any cultural organizational name, Okine Kondi Igbo, whatever. What are they saying about your plight? You understand? So it's just the same way we also have, people in government. So our personal, and they all meet. If you listen to Obi, will say Atiku is his mentor, long. Tinubu is his uncle, elder brother. You don't know Tinubu. You don't know Obi one-on-one. You don't know Atiku. But you are fighting on behalf of that person who is in bed in the same caucus, jointly oppressing people. You see what I'm saying? So you would expect, for instance, that, okay, when federal government brings out a policy, look at the way Obi is distancing himself for people who are angry over hunger. Obi is distancing himself. No, I did not call for protest. No, I did not call for this. Why? And he wants to lead people. Unfortunately, for people who are obedient, they are energetic. They want a better country, but they are following somebody who is soft, who doesn't want you to do. So you mean if Obi becomes president, for instance, and he does anything, that is the mentality we used to rule. The mentality of, oh no, don't protest, so it's wrong thing. No. That is the mentality we used to rule. Yeah, that's the mentality. You are energetic, you are following a soft person. So when you get into trouble, that soft person will just distance himself from you. Bah. Peter Obi is so lucky. He's so lucky to have people who are the. Peter Obi is not driving the vehicle. It is the vehicle that is driving him. You people are the ones driving him. And he does not want to go where you are pushing him. So why are you pushing him? Why are you pushing him? But I don't want to, because I know tribal people will come out now and say, oh, this or that. Now, I don't want it. You didn't notice, I don't longer talk about Peter Obi. I don't longer want to talk about him. I don't see him as a factor. You are the ones pushing yourself on somebody you are forcing yourself on a vehicle that doesn't want to go. Forcing yourself on a vehicle that doesn't want to move. I don't know. But if you talk about it, they will abuse you on a lame duck. Sorry. I beg you. Hold on to your. But on this fight, it is nothing about politics. It's about, like I told you, whether it is Peter Obi that is in. Thank God, if it were Peter Obi that is in power, that we're in power right now, and we are calling for this protest, you see, you will call us bigots now. You see what we are saying. You would have called us bigots for calling for protest against hardship. You would have called us bigots. You would have called us bigots. But it's not the one there now. God don't pass you now. I'm not accusing the tribe. I'm accusing the people who wanted him, but call everybody names or bigots simply because we are analyzing his policy, that his policy is the same as that of Tinubu. And none of them, none, including Tinubu, should be supported by genuine people who are looking for change, looking for genuine change. You should not have voted any of these three. Yeah, those are the people I'm addressing. I'm not addressing the tribe. It's not only Igbos that voted Obi, and it's not only Yorubas that voted Tinubu. For your information, APC won in most of your southeast states. The same APC. Yeah, so what are we saying? The same APC headed by Tinubu, led by Tinubu, won, cleared your southeast. So what are you telling me? So it is not only Yorubas that put Tinubu there. So don't come and be saying Yorubas put Tinubu there. It's your brother that is there. Don't try that nonsense if you are beg. You voted him massively, Gonse. Massively. So don't bring that thing. I beg. Gentlemen and ladies, that's my bit for now. It's already 45 minutes.